Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also please give your valuable comments. You can also visit the playlist. In the playlist, I have provided almost all the topics in a very systematic order, and this is quite convenient for the study. And my dear friends, in the last class, we have been discussing about adolescent care in Ayurveda. So there are certain unique concepts of Ayurveda related to adolescence care, which holds good even today's scenario also. So in the first part, we have seen some of the basics, and the Pitta predominant period and Kapha dominant period comes to an end, and Pitta dominant period begins, and that's the time of hormonal hijack, and that leads to all the changes in the adolescence period. So today we will see the age classification and its relation with the adolescence period. Now, if you see in Ayurveda, the age classification is basically done as Bala, Madhyama and Vruddhavastha. Balyavastha, Madhyama Avastha and Vruddhavastha. And if you look into Kashyapa Samhita, Garbha Bala Kumarakyam Ityedam Travidam Vaya, he explains a detailed shloka. So where he says that Kumara stage is less than 16 years. Okay, Ata Shodasha Varshantu. That means up to 16 years, it is considered as Kumara stage. And now, this peak period of Kumara Avastha will also coincide with the present day puberty period, adolescence period. Okay, so Charaka explains a similar thing, but in a different way. He told it's the Vivardhamana stage. Okay, Tatravalam Nama Aparipakwadatu, that shloka he explains. And Vivardhamana stage. Then he explains the word Vivardhamana. Vivardhamana stage can be taken as puberty. Now Ashtanga and Sharangdara, so what they say is first decade is the stage of Balya and second stage is the stage of Vriddhi. Now this is the beauty of Ashtanga and Sharangdara, where they explain a beautiful concept where a person will going to lose something in every 10 years. In each decade, the person will going to lose something. For example, in the first decade, up to 10 years, the child will going to lose his Balyavastha. That means in the Balyavastha is only up to 10 years, and after 10 years, the Praudavastha starts. That is, he says, in the second decade, it is a stage of Vriddhi, growth and development. So that growth and development, that particular part, so that coincides with again the adolescence period. So like this, that means after the second period, the child will going to lose the stage of Vriddhi. So growth is not much prominent there. Growth and development is not much prominent there. Maximum growth and development has been already taken place. Now he enters into the maintenance phase. Like that, in each decade up to 100 years, he explains every decade the person will going to lose something. Okay, like that a beautiful explanation is given by Ashtanga and Sharangdara. So adolescence appears in the stage of Vriddhi, which is highly potential age. So here Vivardhamana stage or Vriddhi stage, as explained by different authors, adolescence period will going to coincide with this particular Vivardhamana stage or Vriddhi stage. That means it is a highly potential period. Okay. Now, if you look into the derivation of the word Kumara, okay, derivation of the word Kumara. So one derivation is available, that is Kuksitaha Mara iti Kumara. Kuksitaha Mara iti Kumara. Who is Kumara? So Kumara is that stage, that is Kumara Avastha, is that stage where Kuksitaha Mara, that means secondary sexual characteristics are not properly developed or completely developed. Once the secondary sexual characteristics are completely covered or developed, so then he is no more called as Kumara, he is called as a mature person, that is adolescent. Okay, so here word meaning of Mara. Mara is the word which is used for Manmatha in Puranas. Okay, Manmatha is considered as a god of the sex. Okay, god of sex is Rathi and Manmatha, so they are called as god of sex. So what he says, Kuksitaha Mara, that means if the secondary sexual characteristics are not completely developed, or a stage where child is not yet to develop the secondary sexual development, so that stage is called as Kumara Avastha. Once he develops that secondary sexual characters, so then his Kumara Avastha is over. Okay. So now, Avyakta Shukra starts its expression. Okay, many times Shukra is present since birth. We get the reference. Shukra is present since birth, but it is not expressible. But just like the ghee which is present in the milk is not seen initially, and only after the time period, certain time period and certain processing, Grita will be derived out of it. Already is embedded in the milk. Similarly, Shukra is present in the human body from the birth itself, but when the time comes, it is get expressed. That is, time means it is adolescence period. That adolescence period, when it appears, then it starts its expression. So this type of explanation is also given in classics. So words like Rajaswala is mentioned especially for the girls, Ata Urdhva Rajaswala, which indicates the period of menarche. Okay, menarche. Now if you see the secondary sexual characteristics in case of female, we have the steps. First one is stellarche, which appears in 8 to 9 years. Then comes edinarche, somewhere around 10 to 11, 12 years. And then comes the growth spurt. Then comes the menarche. So this is the process which appears in case of females. Okay, growth spurt appears before menarche in case of female. But the things are different in case of male. In case of male, first the testicular enlargement takes place, and then the edinarche will be there, then the spermatogenesis will take place, and then lastly the facial hair and the mustache etc. will start beginning, and the growth spurt comes later. So this is the different. Okay, so once the process of spermatogenesis and is over, then the growth spurt starts. Whereas in case of female, the growth spurt comes before menarche. Therefore, usually the girls will gain the weight to their maximum before menarche. After menarche, the height gain in case of girls is quite lower. Whereas in case of male, the height gain will be maximum after the spermatogenesis and all. That is, testicular volume increases and edinarche happens. Then after spermatogenesis happens, then after spermatogenesis, the height gain will be maximum, and it will be extended also. Therefore, at the end, usually the boys will going to attain higher height than the girls in general. That's the reason. Growth spurt appears before the menarche in case of girls, but it appears after spermatogenesis in case of a male. So a long period is available for them. Extended period is available. Anyway, so such things are explained in Ayurveda also. Words like Rajaswala, Ata Urdhva Rajaswalaha. Okay, that means once this menarche start, ovaries start functioning, so then the period of Rajaswala begins. Now, development of the Satvika Kaya starts after puberty. Now, adolescence period, basically it is Raja dominant period. Now, many Rajasika Kaya Lakshanas like fluctuation, impulsivity, curiosity, anger, etc. will be there in the Rajasika Kayas. So we have got two Kayas, one is Sharirika Kaya and Manasika Kaya. Nothing different from the Manasika Prakriti and Sharirika Prakriti. So when we talk about Sharirika Prakriti, yes, it is Vata Pitta Kapha, but when we talk about Manasika Prakriti, it is Satvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Now, maximum children will have at the stage of this Rajasika Prakriti during the time of adolescence periods. Okay, so usually we can have an assumption that every child at the time of the birth is having Tamasika Prakriti. He is dull, okay, he is not moving much, he is depending on others for everything, and then he is not able to talk, and he is that means illogical as far as his fulfillment of his wishes are concerned. Okay, so child will not think about the moral values and all. So these particular qualities up to 2 years or 3 years of the child, okay, so they are almost all matching the Tamasika Prakriti. So we can say every child when it is born, basically it is in the Tamasika Prakriti as far as psychological growth is concerned, psychological development is concerned. But then afterwards, then it comes the stage of Rajasika Prakriti. So he can attain the different stages of Rajasika Prakriti. And during the time of the Rajasika Prakriti, we will have certain symptoms mentioned in Rajasika Prakriti like fluctuation, then chanchalatva, then impulsivity, curiosity, and then aggression. All these things will be there in the Rajasika Prakriti. And this is rightly that period Okay, Rajasika Prakriti dominant period, the adolescence period. Once this adolescence is over, then he come to the mature stage. So that can be taken as Satvika Kaya Pasha, where the person knows what is best, what is bad, and what has to be done, what should not be done. So he get into the maturity. So another way of analyzing these three types of Prakriti is in this way. That is maturation of the CNS or psychological system of a person. Everybody, when he is born, he is basically in the Tamasika Prakriti. In the later part, till he attains the adolescence period, he will be in the Rajasika Prakriti. And once he attains the maturity and become a matured person, then the Satvika Prakriti begins. So this is one way. So this is one way of assessment. So Raja is, we know that Vayu Bahula, and Raja is Vayu Bahula. So that in combination with the Pitta is form a deadly combination of Vayu and Agni. So therefore anger, aggression, passive aggression, then fluctuation, sometimes runaway behavior, antisocial activities, all these are quite common in this period. Now, drastic psychological changes in the adolescents in terms of self-esteem, personality, behavior, social recognition, identity, etc. takes place, which we can compare with this particular Rajasika Prakriti time. Now, actually, parents need to understand these psychological changes, treat them and handle them with respect and with regards. Okay, we cannot impose the rules and regulation to adolescent. He will not going to hear you, listen you. So we have to handle him with care and compassion, and also with a friendly nature. Failure to change our mindset that our kid is no more a kid, and main problem occurs with the parents is when the child is entering into the stage of the adulthood. That means in the adolescence period, actually parents are mentally not ready to accept that our kid is getting to the stage of adolescence. So for parents, he is still a adoring kid only. So they try to treat him like just a kid. But a drastic personality change takes place in the adolescence period, and he no more he want to get kidnapped by the parents. He wanted self-esteem. He has got the respect. Okay, he want to identify himself in the family or in the society, etc. So the drastic personality changes, behavioral changes, which is taking place in adolescence period, many times parents fail to understand that they still consider or treat their boy as a small kid, and that leads to so many problems. So we need to change our mindset. So therefore Chanakya very clearly explains, Lalayat Panchavarshani Dashavarshani tu Tadayat Prapta Shodashavarshantu Putram Mitravat Acharet. So whatever the love, compassion, sympathy, whatever you want to show to your kid, it is up to first 5 years. Lalayat Panchavarshani. Whatever love, compassion and kidling, everything you want to do, that it should be up to first 5 years. Darshavarshani tu Tadayat. So from the 5 years to 10 years, starting from the 5 years for the next 10 years, that means up to 16 year or 15 year. Okay, Darshavarshani to Tadayat. It is a time to inculcate the social values, moral values, family values and religious values in the child, or academic values in the child. So he should not be treated as a small kid. You have to impose certain rules and regulation in a controlled way, so that he has to follow. He should know what is best and what is false, what is good and what is false. And it may need a mild punishment also many times, but you have to do. This is a time, in the last class also I told, if you want to inculcate the motor value, this is a time. Okay, 1 year to first standard to 10th standard. Okay, 5 years to 15 years. So Chanakya very clear, Dashavarshani to Tadayat. But once the Praptha Shodasha Varshantu, after 16 years, you should not treat him with any punishment or any rules and regulation. You should behave with your kid just like you. With you, considering you as his best friend. And that's the way of tackling the adolescents. Now this is the skill of the parents, that how you adopt it. Many parents fail in this transition. So they are not able to change their mindset at this particular part of the time. So rest of the things related to the adolescence care in Ayurveda, so that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.